Mufussy's got the rage, let it flow. Holding on to stories, tales untold. He's the king of the ring, the last man standing. Dropkick the Commute.
Hello and welcome to Dropkick the Commute, fresh off the heels of the Royal Rumble 2025, baby. This Royal Rumble was very good, probably better than last year in my opinion. I know a lot of people do not like the ending, and I'll tell you what, you're dumb. The internet is on fire because Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. There's literally nothing wrong with this. He is one of their top stars. He's probably the #1 merch pusher. I don't have the numbers, but those Yeet shirts are all over the place. Like it or not, Jey Uso is the winner, and he deserves it, in my opinion. He was on fire in 2024. He's got a big push. He was kind of shafted with the Intercontinental run. They just used him losing the Intercontinental title as fuel for the Bloodline story, so it was like, whatever. I'm sure the Royal Rumble is going to play into the Bloodline somehow. Jey Uso winning the Rumble, of course, being in the main event of Mania, as we know, I'm sure is going to play into the Bloodline somehow. But I think that Jey Uso is very deserving of this win, and I thought it was good. I did run a poll on X for who you thought was going to win the Rumble, and CM Punk won by far. Listen, I would have loved to see the CM Punk run, but I think the big thing that people are forgetting is there is so much time until Mania. We still have 2 pay-per-views until Mania, Elimination Chamber, and they're probably going to do Fastlane again. If they don't do Fastlane, we have Elimination Chamber in March. We're probably going to have another Saturday night's main event. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But like, there's time. There's plenty of time. The Mania picture changed so much last year, and something very similar could happen this year. We truly don't know, but regardless, Elimination Chamber is going to change a lot of things, I'm sure. John Cena is officially in the Elimination Chamber. Basically, what I'm saying is we have a lot of time until Mania. Jey Uso winning is not a bad thing, and if you think it's a bad thing, then that's a little goofy. I don't know. In my humble opinion, of course. But let's hop into it. I really like this PLE. I thought it was a lot of fun. The Royal Rumble every year is one of my favorites, because you just get a lot of surprises, and even if there's not a lot of surprises, it's still just a fun match, and it's a good time. So, and just like surprises of the Royal Rumble, I have a surprise for you. We'll get to that in a little bit. We had the Women's Rumble match, and the Women's Rumble match was fun. I went into this very much thinking Charlotte Flair was going to win, and that is exactly what happened. They really pushed her return to be big, and they gave her those vignettes and stuff, and it was pretty obvious to me that she was going to win. The men's one, I genuinely had no idea. I thought it was very unpredictable, and like I said, Jey Uso winning, like, that's super unpredictable. Literally no one expected that. So the women's one, we did have Charlotte Flair win the Rumble, and I thought the first big surprise was Roxanne Perez entering at number 3. She has broken the Iron Woman record now, and she stayed in the match for 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds, just beating Liv Morgan. Originally, they thought that Liv Morgan was in the longest, but actually Roxanne was in there for 47 seconds longer, which is crazy. So Roxanne did eliminate Julia, so that's a big, push there for part of the NXT storyline, and Roxanne just looked really good in this match. Like, I expect next year she's gonna be on the main roster, and if they do a draft again this year, I wouldn't be surprised if Roxanne's in that draft and gets brought up to like Raw or SmackDown or something like that. Looking at the list of people here, PFC had a good showing as well. Like, they were in the match for a long time, the 3 of them. We kind of had these a whole bunch of teams face off against each other. Naomi and Bianca as well in it for quite some time. We had quite a few people from NXT in here. We had Jada Parker, we had Stephanie Vaquer, we had Julia, of course, and then we did have a few surprises. Alexa Bliss made her return. to the Rumble, entering at number 21. Reportedly, she signed a 5-year contract and she's on Raw, so that's pretty fucking hype. Remember that the Wyatt Six is on SmackDown now, so this is interesting. A lot of people thought she was going to return to be in the Wyatt Six, but we'll see what happens there. She is on Raw. She ended up getting eliminated by Liv Morgan. Did not eliminate anyone herself. So since she's on Raw, I'm assuming they're going to have some kind of feud coming up here with Alexa and Liv. Coming in at number 30, we did have a surprise. We had Nikki Bella come in, and she eliminated Bayley, got eliminated by Nia Jax. So that was your number 30 surprise. Not in there for super long. She got eliminated in like 3 minutes or so. The Bella Twins were in WWE when I did not watch, so I don't know too much about her, but she got a big pop, so that's pretty fire. Really funny moment in the Women's Rumble with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Piper Niven like went to run at the rope and she ended up eliminating Chelsea. And Chelsea was like, "What are you doing?" And Piper's like, "Oh, it's gonna be a rough day at the office tomorrow." But that was a really funny bit there. Io Sky entered the match at number 1, and I thought that she was gonna win it. She was in there for an hour and 6 minutes. She ended up getting eliminated by Nia. Nia eliminated, I want to say, like 9 people in this match, which I think is a record. There was a moment where she took out, like, there was so many of them on the apron and like hanging from the ropes and stuff, and Nia just fucking cleaned house and eliminated a shit ton of them. But Io Sky was in there for an hour and 6 minutes. She was very close to, you know, getting Iron Woman as well with Liv. Her and Liv were in the match pretty much the whole time. And then, of course, entering in at number 19, we had Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace is officially in WWE now. Fucking did a Death Valley driver to Piper Niven, which was insane. She lifts her up over her head and then does the, you know, the spin, and like the strength that woman has is fucking insane. And then overall, Charlotte Flair ended up coming out at number 27, got a few eliminations, eliminated Piper Niven, which was really good. And then it came down to her and Roxanne at the end, and she ended up eliminating Roxanne. Charlotte Flair did win. This is her, I believe, her second Rumble win, and she is going to WrestleMania. So again, that's pretty much what I expected with Charlotte Flair coming back. They were pushing her to be really big. She is a star. She gets pops. Like, I would have loved to see Roxanne win this with how long she was in the match for, and use that as like bringing her up to the main roster, because I think that would be really cool. But we got the Charlotte Flair win, so that is that. Women's match, really good. I thought it was very solid, very entertaining, and it was a good time. Second match of the night, we had our WWE Tag Team Championship match. Best 2 out of 3 falls with DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. I didn't really care about this match, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it was good, and there was high flying, and it was fun, and it was, you know, whatever. I just don't like this group of people. I know they're all friends and there's like a deep story there, but like, I don't know. This feud has not been clicking with me, so I just wasn't really a huge fan. This was my go to the bathroom, get up, get a snack match. You know, it was solid from what I did see, but it was whatever. We had what I thought would happen, where we had DIY got a fall, Motor City got a fall, and then we actually got the second fall by the Street Profits coming out and attacking Motor City Machine Guns. DIY won, but then the Street Profits started beating the shit out of DIY. And Michael Cole was trying to save it, and he was like, well, you see, it's because they beat the shit out of the Street Profits, and the Street Profits want to take the titles from them. They don't want to take them from Motor City Machine Guns. And it's like, okay. But essentially, the second fall happened because of interference, and it was whatever. We're probably gonna get like a triple threat tag match or something like that, and it's gonna be a mess. I don't know, it's gonna be goofy. But the tag titles, I feel like, have been kind of weak feeling lately. They made the tag titles not feel big now by splitting them up, but again, it was a double-edged sword, because like they should have been split up. to be not involved with the bloodline, but now they don't feel great. The tag team division in WWE is just kind of meh anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Fight me. Yell at me in the comments if you disagree. Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes in the ladder match. This was fucking brutal, man. Little ladder was the MVP of the match. They used that little step ladder for like 90% of the match, chucking it at each other, hitting each other with it. We got some blood from Kevin Owens. It was just a brutal fight. Lots of ladder hits, lots of power bombs onto ladders, and like just a ton of things. There was a part where KO set up the ladder on its side and he went to go do a package pile driver to Cody onto that ladder that was on its side, and Cody ended up reversing it, and then he flipped him over his head, and KO's spine landed right on the side of that ladder, and I was like, ugh, like it made me cringe. I was like, oh god, like that, it was nutty. Like that one hurt. That one hurt real bad. Cody was climbing the ladder. He went to go get it, and they had a ladder set up in between the apron and the commentary table, and KO went to, powerbomb him off of it, and they ended up reversing it, getting in a fight. KO takes another ladder and he puts it, so you had your ladder in the center, and then he put another one like on the ladder and the rope, and the shit they did on that one, dude, like they stopped the match for a minute as like a story beat, and we're like, oh my god, this is brutal, like can we continue, because they both got fucked up. Cody ended up doing like a superplex off of the turnbuckle onto that ladder, and it was brutal. Then the one that was set up from the apron and the commentary table, they end up fighting on the commentary table. Again, he goes to powerbomb Cody through it. Cody reverses it, and he ends up doing an Alabama slam onto the ladder. The ladder breaks in half, and KO's out cold. He lands on the ladder and then like rolls over, and his head is just in the rung of the ladder. Cody's just standing there like, holy shit. Like, what did I do? Everyone's like, holy fuck. Like, everyone's freaking out and stuff. And while the staff is checking on KO, Cody climbs up there, grabs the belts, and we got this sick shot that I'm going to put right here of Cody standing on the table, holding up the belts with a bloody Kevin Owens sitting there. This was crazy. It was a really good match, and this is the match that I was most excited for. Of course, the men's Royal Rumble as well, but this match was so solid, and yeah, I think it delivered. I would have really liked to see the Kevin Owens win, but we ended up getting the Cody win. Of course, Cody Rhodes is still your undisputed WWE champion. Lastly, for the men's Royal Rumble match, I have a surprise for you, just like the Royal Rumble entries. Take it away. Entering at number 30 in the Dropkick the Commute Royal Rumble, it's Mr. GALEER.
You thought I was fucking done? I'm breaking a whole lot of fucking kayfabe for this.
Yeah, I know, but you're breaking kayfabe to talk about one of the most fun pay-per-views, PLEs ever, the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's true. I am. I only agree to this because I've been very active. If any of my 50 followers have seen me on social media, I've been engaging in comments with the tribalists.
It's true. You got a lot to say. So, GALEER, I brought here to talk about the men's Royal Rumble specifically. I talked about all the other stuff, but the men's Royal Rumble was a hoot. I want your thoughts, your initial thoughts. Let's hear them.
Well, let me be the first ever person to say congratulations to Jey Uso, because apparently nobody fucking wanted him to win. Let me be the first to say ever, no one else has congratulated. They didn't even in Gorilla. That footage of him and Jimmy was doctored. This was everything.
This was everything.
I was in a room full of people, most people who loosely followed wrestling. Actually, I'd say it was a 50-50 split. Half watched wrestling, the other half just, we're kind of like casually there. And we were all on the edge of our fucking seats, dude. We were like, what the fuck? Logan Paul better not win this. And then, it was just like, I don't know, my brain is just like in so many different places thinking about how awesome, like I kind of want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. I want to watch it again and go back and like, just pay a little more attention because it was just an insanely fucking good match. You had it, at least half of it was made up of stars, which made it a lot harder to figure out who was going to win.
This was legitimately like the most unpredictable Rumble in a long time. And as I was watching it, I still had no fucking idea until like the final three.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
even
okay.
at the final two, dude, like it was like
Final two
shit,
is tough
Cena,
too, yeah.
Cena or Jay, who like, because again, it's like there's so many reasons you could have it be either of them.
Yeah.
And it was so, I love the unpredictability of it. Last time I feel like I couldn't figure out who was going to win was when Edge won a few years ago.
Yeah.
That, because, it was just like, it was every year you've had it, like last 2 years, Cody, like it made sense. And then 2020 or 2022, right? Brock lost the title at the beginning of the show. You're like, okay, well, he's obviously gonna fucking win the Rumble.
Right.
Some people are calling this like the worst one, worse than fucking 2022. Are you
crazy? Absolutely
You're
cooked.
insane.
Yeah.
Someone said this was like Matt Jackson winning the AEW title off of Moxley.
Insane.
What?
Yeah.
Some people fucking, I don't know, dude. Like this was just a great combination of like uncertainty, suspending your disbelief, great mix of stars, a lot of back and forth, a lot of little storylines interwoven in it. And then at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'd say Jay is one of the stars in this match, but he wasn't the star that you thought was going to win.
Right.
He's not at their level. We'll be honest. He's not at Roman Reigns or CM Punk or John Cena. Is he over as hell? Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the one we were thinking of.
Right.
We're like, oh, Jay and Sammy, but no, it couldn't. Right? Like, it couldn't be them.
He's definitely in that higher tier of wrestlers, but he's not at that Roman
like
Reigns,
A-tier,
CM Punk.
right?
Yeah.
He's not S tier.
Right. And think about the stacked fucking card you had here. You had Rey Mysterio and Penta starting the match. You had...
Oh, dude, I wanted it to be Dominic.
Oh,
I
dude,
wanted it to
I
be
did
Ray
too.
and Dom.
Having Dom out there and Ray would have been so fucking funny. But you had Rey Mysterio and Penta. You had fucking Braun Breaker in there, who's the Intercontinental Champion, but again, he's fucking insane. You had the Usos. You had Jacob Fatu. You had Joe Hendry came out. Like, that's pretty big. You had Roman Reigns. You had Drew McIntyre. You had fucking AJ Styles made his return. You had John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest. Like...
Are you kidding me? That's so many, good people.
Yeah, fucking insane list of people. And people saying that this is the worst Rumble in a long time is just fucking insane to me. Like, it was so fun. Yeah.
I think what people forget is, what I'm hearing a lot of is, John Cena lost his last ever Royal Rumble. Well, it's okay. Have we considered that perhaps maybe it's also Rey Mysterio's last Royal Rumble?
Right.
But John Cena doesn't need to win a Rumble to get a Mania main event.
He doesn't.
They'll just fucking hand it to him.
And also, what further solidifies that is on the post show, he goes, I'm declaring myself for the Elimination Chamber. Because I can do that.
What?
Yeah. It's like... I love this. If you have John Cena keep losing, number one, it's going to make number 17 that much more special because it's like, oh my God, he fucking lost all year, but hey, he finally won. Who knows when he wins. And people are going to complain about it all year. They're going to be like, oh my God, they're screwing over John Cena. It's like, no, bro. He absolutely has a say in how he wants us to go.
But here's the thing, too. Even if he did lose all year and he didn't win the world title, this is what he's been doing for, like, the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
He's just been putting dudes over. Like, I remember specifically telling you guys that I was like, when it was down to them two, I was like, if John Cena is a true consummate professional, he will put Jey Uso over.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. And then another thing that I'm hearing, fucking, he lost twice to Gunther. Like, what? Like, this makes no sense. It's like, why doesn't it make sense? He won the Rumble, and they're like, it doesn't make sense from a booking perspective. And I was like, yeah, but can we just, like, take ourselves out of the booking perspective for a minute and consider that Jey Uso is a guy that's lost twice against the world champion. So the logical next step is to win the Royal Rumble so you get a world championship match.
Yeah.
And people are like, he's jobbed to Gunther twice, and it's like, but he's not a jobber.
Right.
People keep calling him a jobber. He's not a jobber. He's very over with the fans.
Yeah.
Another thing I've been hearing is he's not a good wrestler. And, like, here's my perspective on it, right? Jey Uso does the same 5 or 6, 7 moves in every match he has. He's over with the crowd. He's got the chants and the catchphrase, and he moves the fuck out of merch.
Yeah.
Do you know who did that 10, 15 years ago?
John Cena.
Mr. John Cena.
And
the same exact way. And that's not a diss to either of them.
Right.
That's not a diss to either of them because, like, that is how you need to be looking at it. You have to look at it from a bunch of different ways, not just booking.
Right.
You got to look at it from a storyline, kayfabe perspective. But then you also have to look at it from a business perspective.
Yeah.
Like, what's Punk always said? It's the wrestling business.
It is, yeah.
You want what's going to get you fucking, ticket sales. You know how many more people are going to buy Jey Uso merch? He literally is the new John Cena. Kids are buying the merch. Kids love Yeet.
Yeah.
They love it. They love Yeet.
Everyone
They love it more than anybody. So that's, like, how I see it. And I don't understand how people can sit there and be like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Also, why are we totally going to rule out the fact that there's a second world champion? Everyone's like, versus Gunther. And it's like, yeah, I get it, because they've been facing a bunch, but we also can't just outright be like, he's not going to face Cody.
He can absolutely face Cody.
You could spin that into a story because they used to be like tag partners and shit. Like,
and the other thing about this too is we still have Elimination Chamber.
right,
And
there's still so much time left.
And they might do Fastlane again, or there'll be a Saturday Night's Main Event. They could fucking change the title on Saturday Night's Main Event if they really want to.
Dude, a title could change hands. Maybe not, but it could happen. Like, there's so much time to account for.
Yeah.
People keep throwing out the fucking Jay versus Jimmy match. Yeah, that sucked. But you know how long ago that was? A year ago. Do you know how much has changed since then?
A lot.
A fucking lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, so much.
Yeah.
So, I was a little, like, shook at first when Jay won. I will agree with that because it was just very unexpected, but I wasn't unhappy with it because the guy deserves it, man. And, like, to be like, for Triple H, and people are like, oh, Triple H booking, whatever. But for Triple H to be like, all right, you're the guy, and for the fans to get behind him, and for a guy like John Cena to put him over twice, getting eliminated, and then also right after the match ended, going in there and, like, giving him the hug, like, it's just, there's no way it doesn't make sense.
Right. And people are just spinning it to be this fucking crazy, like, They're just delusional, like you said, and it's insane. There's a few more things I want to talk about the men's Royal Rumble. Like, the showing from Penta that we had in this match was fucking crazy. He actually lasted the longest in the match. Didn't break any records or anything, but 42:05 was Penta's time in the match, and Penta was fucking crazy in this. I loved it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I agreed, and like, get that footage out of my face of him botching the foot thing, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Who cares, man?
I don't care.
How many times that shit's happened? I don't care.
Yeah. Joe Hendry came out, TNA world champion, like, massive pop. Dude. Very good.
I forgot that was like a thing. We've been saying that for the last, like, he's going to be in the Rumble. He's going to be in the Rumble. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then he showed up, and it was great. And he had like a face-off with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Just such a weird like universe that we're living in.
Really weird timeline. It's like Joe Hendry standing off with Roman Reigns is just like incredible. Speaking of Roman, there was a really, really funny fucking part with Dominic where he went to go like suplex Roman. He went to go do the Three Amigos to Roman, and Roman, like, obviously, you know, sandbags him, and he's like, no, I don't think so. And he just fucking pushes him into the corner, and he's just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, Roman's facial reaction was so good. The other thing that was super massive in this match was one right after another, right? We had Roman in there, and then we had John Cena, CM Punk, and Seth all come out once.
Yeah, consecutively.
And we had the four of them like stare off in the middle of the ring, and that was just such a good moment. You had like the four generations there of wrestler.
It was awesome. Like, there was, again, the most star-studded Rumble we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Also, during that whole point, like, John Cena's reactions were so hilarious.
So good.
Like,
his face every time.
Yeah. I'm here for it, man. It was.
You could tell Cena was having a lot of fun, like, just being in there. You could tell he was just like living life, dude.
Well, he has to, you know. If this is truly his last year and he's not gonna do it again, like, obviously I'll take that with a grain of salt, but like, you know, he's got to soak it in, and that's what he's doing. And I think this Rumble was good too, in that there was like something for everyone.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah.
Of course, we had our celebrity moment. Sucks for Akira Tozawa, but it is what it is. We had Akira Tozawa about to come out, but then Carmelo Hayes attacked him, and Akira like goes backstage, and Triple H is like, well, we need a replacement. And he goes, Speed, you're in the Rumble. So I Show Speed goes out there, gets fucking obliterated by Braun Breaker.
Insane.
That was a crazy spear. Like, say what you will about I Show Speed being in the Rumble, you gotta have some respect, because he took a fucking gnarly spear, was thrown out of the ring, caught by Otis, and then tossed over the commentary table.
Yeah, dude. I would not be surprised if he's concussed. Like, that was...
Did you see
some gnarly hits?
Logan Paul posted a clip of him talking to Speed backstage, and on his ankle, his ankle was like torn to shreds.
Ankle.
Yeah, dude. Like...
Yeah.
Layers of skin, not just like, skinned my ankle. Like, it was nutty. But he had, so, you know, that was a fun moment there. And then the other, I would say, second biggest controversy over Jey Uso winning the Rumble is Logan Paul eliminating CM Punk.
Yeah.
After CM Punk eliminated Seth and Roman.
I thought the Seth Roman elimination was great, because he's just kind of like both of their ops.
Yep.
I don't read too deep into the Logan Paul eliminating him thing. And again, like, say what you will. If Logan Paul had won the Rumble, I would have been like mildly like shocked, but I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah.
like it was very likely that he could have been a winner.
Right.
But you know, people are very mad about this, but again, like, I think I would think that Punk would have some pushback if he wasn't down with Logan Paul eliminating him.
Yeah.
I think, again, what it comes down to is at this point, like, you know, Punk does what's best for business.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Sometimes.
It's still unclear what it looks like behind the scenes there. I could imagine he probably had some, like, clause in his contract where he has to be a good boy.
Cannot punch people backstage.
Yeah, who's to say? And all I can hope and pray for is that we don't get a Punk versus Logan program at a pay-per-view because of this.
That I don't want. We don't want that.
I feel like we're getting Punk versus Roman or Seth or both at Mania.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
I can agree with that. I think people are worried about Mania, but I am not worried about it at all. I am excited, and like I said, there's so much time until Mania. Like, so many things can change.
It's literally like, is it end of April or beginning of April this year? I think it's more towards May, I'm pretty sure.
April 19th and 20th this year. So
420, baby.
420, baby. So you think, like, you know, Elimination Chamber, they could absolutely have Fastlane, like last week of March or something.
Yeah.
Or a Saturday night's main event. Like, there's a lot that can happen here, and I'm not worried about it at all. And I'm honestly excited to see where things go since Jey Uso won.
I am very excited for Monday Night Raw, and I am very thoroughly pleased with how the Rumble went.
I am too.
Both men's and women's, and the ladder match. And I didn't really care about the tag match. Sorry.
I also didn't care about the tag match. See, we're on the same page still.
Yeah. We're on the same page. It's fine. And yeah, Royal Rumble, fucking killer.
As a time-honored tradition of Dropkick the Commute, what do you rate the Royal Rumble 2025?
Oh, man. I will give it...
I'm excited for this one.
4.69 out of 5 Dropkicks.
I was gonna say like 4.37 Dropkicks. Just because of the tag match. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the tag match.
I don't think the tag match should drag it down that much. You know?
You don't think so?
I think yeah.
Okay.
Also, I love that Gunther. Sorry, this is just popping in my head. I love that Gunther. Gunther's like, I'm fine because whoever wins the Rumble is gonna pick Cody because he's the easier one to beat.
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
Based Gunther.
Gunther. GALEER, thank you for oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather see Jay face Cody, honestly. Because one, it's just like, sure, like, yeah, he's kind of been getting destroyed by Gunther every time he faces him. And then also there's a story with Cody. And then also, yeah, Cody is the easier champion.
Yeah.
To beat.
That's true.
That's my 2 cents.
I like it. GALEER, thank you for joining me, coming back, breaking kayfabe, and being on Dropkick the Commute to give your thoughts on the Royal Rumble.
You're welcome. Fuck you!
No, go fuck. Mr. GALEER back on Dropkick the Commute. Thank you for joining me, GALEER. That was fun. Good little Royal Rumble conversation. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your thoughts on the Royal Rumble PLE are. I appreciate all of the support, all of the views on TikTok, all that jazz. Also, don't forget to submit your questions and hot takes to the DTC question and hot take hotline. We do have 2 responses in there right now. I'm gonna answer the ones that are in there once we have some more, so I can get a little, good little segment out of it. If you want to submit your questions, your hot takes, put them in the link in the description. That's a screenshot I'm pointing there because I put a screenshot there. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, gamers. Goodbye. Don't forget to drop kick your week. Bye.